Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristie Strauss, and I'm the Vice President of Sales here at Insurance Advisors Direct. And I want to thank you for taking time to plug in today. And here's some information about the ACA and FFM certification. My hope is that you'll be able to take away some important information, and I'll get you excited about getting certified. We do have some new names to IAD, and for that reason, I just want to give a little plug to who we are. We are a full service FMO. We work with independent agents and agencies, and we value our agents' hard work, their trust, and their loyalty. And so we show our appreciation by providing 7 pillars that we call our 7 pillars of success that simplifies an agent's success. There are things like product offerings. So we have over 15 product lines and over 30 carriers that we vet. We vet them all for you. So that makes it easy for you to select a good carrier, with giving you not just good service, but good commissions as well. We have lead generation programs, multiple types of leads, depending on where you're at and what seems to interest you. It's important as an agent to be able to get leads, and sometimes you've got to get them from different sources. So we have a lot of different sources. We have trainings and education sessions ongoing, much like today. And just so you know, today's webinar is recorded, and you'll be able to log into our YouTube channel and be able to listen if there's some things that you wanted to get more information about. We also have marketing services. We have both free marketing services that are available to our agents, as well as we have a membership marketing services that's a little bit more robust. Maybe you need help with your social media platforms. So we have things that can go into depth and provide more. But that free marketing portion are things like helping you set up a website, helping you create a logo, business cards, folders even. So we have a lot of different things that we provide and services to our agents. We also have technology, quoting tools, online enrollment platforms, and many other nice accessible things to offer up. Sales tools, we have some kits available, whether you're looking at long-term care, life and annuities. This under 65 ACA specialize in senior health and life products. So Medicare is our real bread and butter, but we have expanded into these other areas as well. And then admin services. We have a great back office team that helps you. Maybe you need to go to a carrier and find out more information about commissions. We take that off your plate. We'll do that for you so that you can get on to what's important, and that is sales. So I'm going to spend about the next 20 minutes providing you and explaining what is FFM certification, why sell it in the marketplace, why is this important, and then how can IAD help you? Because I'm going to be toggling back and forth between websites and a PowerPoint, I'm going to minimize my screen here, my video, so you're not going to see me, because I want you to get the full effect and be able to see some other things. So bear with me and let's go. We'll just get started here. So what is FFM? Well, it's federally facilitated marketplace, and that is what is referred to as the health insurance marketplace. What it is by definition, it's an organized marketplace for health insurance plans operated by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. It allows individuals to qualify and receive premium tax credits, which can be used to subsidize premiums, can also qualify for cost sharing reductions. Often you'll see a CSR. That will reduce out-of-pocket expenses for healthcare. Currently, there are 27 states that participate in the FFM, and I'm sure that will be growing. So once you have completed your certification, there are a few additional steps that I want to recommend to aid you in your ACA success for your under 65 clients. And just know that IAD will provide you with instructions of where to go and those steps to get involved to begin this whole process. So what you're seeing on this screen right here is a snapshot of something called HealthSherpa. HealthSherpa is a platform that we also recommend that you use. It's free of charge, but this really does so many things. It's an online platform where you can compare health insurance plans, get answers about different plans, get answers on eligibility for tax credits and subsidies. You can actually enroll your client right here. And it does a lot of things like holds information for you regarding your lead and your client. So example of this, and I'll show you here in a second. An example of this would be your client calls you and says, I'm doing my taxes. They're mentioning something about a 1095A. I don't know what that is, and I'm not sure how I go about it and get it. Well, this all-in-one platform will provide each client, each person you enroll, it will provide you with real-time updates from the cms.gov website to your HealthSherpa account. So it will give you that 1095A form that you can then send your client. Any information they get from .gov will go into your HealthSherpa account. So you can help your client if they call and ask you. So they're calling and saying, hey, I got this letter. I don't know what it means. You don't have to say fax it to me or email it to me. You can get on your HealthSherpa account and you can actually go to their name, click on their name, and it will download all the information, everything from how they, the payments that are they up to date, any letters that were sent to them. So it's a great account and I'm going to highly recommend it. We're here to help you get this set up if you need to, but I'm going to toggle over to show you what it looks like in real time. Now, I'll skim through a few sections really quick because I don't want you to see information. So this is my HealthSherpa account, and I'm going to sign in real quick. And I'm going to take you down past the clients I have, and you'll see that you can start an application or start a quote. You can actually quote off the exchange using, for medical or for dental, and that will give you an idea of the cost of things. But let me warn you, if they don't qualify for a subsidy, and you'll know that here, but if they don't qualify for a subsidy, basically it's going to be in your best interest to go directly to the carrier. So let's say, for example, they don't qualify for a subsidy and they like a Blue Cross plan, then I would go out of HealthSherpa and go directly to Blue Cross. And the reason for that is HealthSherpa has to make money somewhere. It's a free platform for agents. So they're going to have to bake in some admin fees when somebody doesn't get that subsidy. So it's actually a little bit cheaper for them to go directly to the carrier. Again, this is only if they don't qualify for a subsidy. So let me just show you some of the robust features. Again, as I mentioned, here's a video that you can watch and you can find an existing applicant. Let's say somebody calls you and says, I need help, or you get a lead and they said, listen, I've gone to the website. I am so confused, and they will be, and so overwhelmed. I don't know how to go about all this. So can you help me? Well, if they've already put their information in Marketplace, you can literally import from the Marketplace and it will give you and pre-populate everything they've already gotten into that. So you don't have to ask all the same questions. So it's really nice that way. You can run a quote, start an app, and then each one of these will give you some more information about, a little bit more about this. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the Marketplace, but I do want to show you really quickly. Let's say you're done certifying, you're ready to start taking calls and helping clients, and you want to take a first quote. So you go to that quote and you can see the information it's going to ask for. Once you get a quote, basically you can then email a quote with maybe up to 3 or 4 or even 5 comparisons to show your client, and you can further discuss what might best suit their needs. That is how this HealthSherpa account works. Now I want to go back to the PowerPoint and let's move on. So let's talk about, why would you even want to get certified now? a lot of agents, and I'm talking about it incessantly. I'm passionate about it for many reasons. One of the main things agents ask all the time when they come into IAD is, what can I do for leads? Well, I'm telling you right now, this is the best place to get your leads and nurture your leads and get leads in the pipeline. And I'm going to give you a few examples. But why get certified now? Right now, a Medicaid redetermination is happening. So it's for under 65 and it's for your Medicare clients. So your dual eligible Medicare clients and for your under 65. They've had a couple of years of COVID and been left alone, maybe are on Medicaid, and now they're being redetermined and perhaps losing their eligibility. And for that reason, they're going to get a letter that says, go to the marketplace and find a zero premium or a low deductible, low premium plan to fit your needs. So you're going to have a lot of people who are out there on their own attempting to get through this process and find a healthcare plan. They know that they need a healthcare plan, so that's important to them. So they're going to want and need help. That is probably the biggest reason why you want to get this done now, because that Medicaid redetermination is happening now, and it will go through into July, and they will have an SEP for up to 90 days after they've lost their Medicaid eligibility 60 days prior to. So that's a big window of opportunity for agents to help these clients. The second reason why is referrals. Once you write a case and you've helped somebody, and they will be very thankful, I can tell you, they are going to say, I'm going to give your name to a friend of mine, to my cousin, to my mom and dad, to my brother, to my whatever the situation may be, it will happen. And I can say that in all honesty because I have heard from many agents that will tell me this. The next are Medicare leads in the pipeline. So you have a couple, and perhaps you wrote one of them into a Medicare plan, whether it's a SUP or an Advantage, and their spouse is not quite there yet. So you help them with their under 65, get them involved in a ACA plan. Once they turn or getting ready to turn 65, you have the capability, and they're going to want you to help them out with their Medicare plan. So that is another reason. The next bullet point is called Help on Demand. I want this to be triple starred. So I'm going to explain how this works. Once you are certified with ACA, there will be a section that says, would you like to register for Help on Demand? This is a free lead system. And remember how I told you how people are going to go to the cms.gov website and not know what to do? There's a button in that website that says, would you like an agent to call you now? And that agent would be you. If you've completed their training, which is not very involved, but they have a Help on Demand training, so you have to understand how it works. You're going to get notified, not knowing who this client is or anything about this client, but basically it connects to your smartphone. It sends you a notification saying you have a Help on Demand lead, and you have 15 minutes to respond. If you don't make that 15 minutes, it's going to go to the next agent on the list. So let's just say you hit it, then you've got a very short window to respond to that client. So I'm going to toggle over to the Help on Demand section right now, because I want you to see that and share how that works. So this is what it looks like. It's orange, Help on Demand. Some of you may be familiar with it. You basically log in after you create your username and password, and it gives you a list of all of, referrals coming in. You can see today's availability. You're going to either put that on and off, or let's go over to availability settings and let's decide the hours you want to accept leads. So you determine, which days, maybe all day Saturday. Maybe you're going to work all day Saturday and be closed down here. So you will not get leads when you're closed or when you're in off hours. You will not get them. Let's just say this is static and you like it that way, and you know that you're going to have a special event, maybe I'm going to be out of the office all day Friday, or even maybe taking a long weekend. I can actually put that in there so I don't have to go back into my help on demand and kind of like do this each and every day if I know what my schedule is ahead of time. But basically, that's all it is. Again, you get 15 minutes to accept a lead. You don't know the name of the person. You just know that you're getting a lead. Now, I will tell you, let's go down to profile. So let's just say you're an agent with multiple licenses in multiple different states. You can add those states in there as well. So not only will you get calls from your particular area in your zip code, but you will get them for those additional states. So when you add a license, just go ahead and add it, click save, and there you go. So that is the value, in my opinion, the big value of using the help on demand. That is this one, number 4, is a very big one. Commissions and income stream. Well, they're not gigantic commissions. They're running you, I believe, at about 5% year 1 and 4 renewals. But it's, as I mentioned, it's going to stumble you into some different avenues. So I'll give you another quick example. There was an agent that just was newly certified and talking to their under 65 clients who are thinking about retiring, and they have a modest income, but they have a big portion of their self-employed business that they're going to sell off. So in doing that, and they get the market, what the market states that this business is worth, would dump a large sum of money right into their bank account. And then that might kick them off eligibility or put them at a really higher premium that maybe they're not interested in. Well, see, as an agent, if you've got the ability to look at maybe an annuity instead of them just taking that big lump sum and putting it into a specific checking account and living off of that, maybe this is your opportunity to teach them how to, an insurance plan may make a monthly income for them that they can live off of until they get there or decide they want to start tapping into Social Security or other things. So just in one little sale, you could have really solidified a great relationship with that client. You're teaching them how to use that. You're writing another piece of business. You're saving them money on their health insurance plan. So keep these things in mind when I'm telling you why is it a good time to get certified. The other thing you need to understand is there are currently 16 million people that have marketplace plans. And in 2023, that increase grew by 3.1 million. So something tells me this is not going away. And if that's the case, if I'm an agent, I know where I need to tap into. So I'm really, really strongly recommending this opportunity for you. This was a snapshot. I got ahead of myself, so I apologize. This is a snapshot of what I showed you with the help on demand and the different metrics. Again, camping out right here in the availability settings, that's going to help you get those leads as they come in and you won't have to refuse them. So who can enroll? Well, I mentioned earlier, people are being redetermined. They're going to lose Medicaid. They're going to have a pretty big window, SEP, to get a plan. So everyone that I know will need help. That .gov website is incredibly clunky and very confusing for even an agent. So somebody who knows nothing about insurance gets really lost in the weeds quickly. SEPs, okay? An example of this might be a 27-year-old is no longer on their parents' plan. So now they're trying to find a plan. That's a good opportunity. Maybe somebody takes a new job and their new employer does not offer healthcare. Well, that's another SEP. They get a chance to go in and find a plan. If they just have not had health insurance at all and they're thinking about getting into a plan, we have to wait till open enrollment starts on November 1st and goes through to December 15th if they want a January 1 effective date. Otherwise, you can continue enrolling until January 15th for a February 1st effective date. So there's lots of time throughout the year for folks to go ahead and then enroll into a plan. How can we help you? So we're going to provide you with a packet of information with really pretty comprehensive step-by-step. Where do I go? What's the website I go to? We're not going to take the test for you. You're going to have to kind of mull through that whole process, which is very dry and kind of lengthy. By that, I mean, I would say plan yourself a good 8-hour chunk. If you break it up, that's fine. But I'm just saying you can break it up and take a month long if you feel like it. But, if you want to get through it, I would say plan about that long to get through it in one setting. But you can call IAD and we're going to help you with setting up your HealthSherpa if you need that help, your Help on Demand account if you need that help. And this last bullet point, this is really important. So I have a lot of people that have gone through these steps, but the agents that have gone through those say, now what do I do? If I get a call, I don't, this is kind of different and there's some strange things I have to ask and it seems unnerving. Well, it's not. I mean, I know it does, but we're here to support that. We've provided a checklist, a step-by-step instructions on what to ask. And what I recommend is go ahead when you return that call to that person that's looking for help. You basically introduce yourself as an agent and you understand they are looking for assistance on the ACA. What you're going to ask for are strictly several different things. You grab that information, you let them know, I will need your email address and the best number to reach you. I'm going to take all this and find some plans that we can talk about and some plans that might meet your needs. Then you go back and you go to your HealthSherpa and you enter that data, get your quotes, find some plans, email them off, and then call them back. So especially when you're just getting started and you're a little bit maybe clumsy bumping around here, the different websites, this might be the best thing to do. So don't be afraid. They are calling you because they sincerely want your help. You are not going to get somebody that says, I don't know what you're talking about. I've had a million agents call me about this. These Help on Demand leads are exclusive and they leave you and you will know they're no longer your lead because it will say expired on your Help on Demand site. It will legitimately say lead expired. So it's not going to be a shocker to you if that should happen. So I just wanted to plug that Help on Demand lead system. They've done a good job of working it. So these are the things and the reasons why I strongly encourage. And again, for those of you who are on this call, you will receive this whole checklist of what do I do next and some booklets on where to get started. We appreciate you taking some time. We want to partner with you. Oh, one other thing I do want to say, going back to this, and I forgot this commission section. So I will tell you some carriers, not all, but some, what they'll do is during open enrollment, not only will you get that commission, but they'll bonus you out. Let's say you make 10 enrollments. They'll go back to enrollment number 1 and sometimes they'll say $25 an enrollment. So you reach 10, maybe you're on 11 now, you're going to get bonused after OEP finishes and they reconcile the books. You're going to get that bonus check for $25 per enrollment. And that comes directly from the carriers. So it's really nice and exciting. There's also referrals, lots of ways that you can help yourself in this arena. So I am going to go ahead and unmute everybody and see if I can take any questions. You can see my name and phone number, contact information, and Michelle Damian in our office also works with the under 65. So she is here to help you as well. So let me see if I can unmute everyone. A question. So Help on Demand is in HealthSherpa or healthcare.gov. Help on Demand was created by healthcare.gov. It is not part of HealthSherpa. It's separate. It has its own little account, but when you complete your certification, then you are asked, would you like to certify for Help on Demand? So it's kind of connected to healthcare.gov. They're not the same platform, but that's where the certification is derived from, and that's who facilitates the certification. So what ACA carriers do you have contracts with? Well, currently we have the under 65 with Priority Health, which is in Michigan, if you're a Michigan person. So it really doesn't matter. It's about who you have your contracts with. Obviously, we would love you to bring everything to us and write everything with us. And we've got your name and number. So we will definitely be calling you, but we are working towards other carrier contracts. We have Ascension, we have PHP, I believe. These are Michigan companies. But as far as the bigs are concerned, like United Healthcare, some of the other blues across the United States, we don't have those. Again, they may turn out to be the better carriers. And if you're appointed with them, you may want to check into it and see if you need 2 separate appointments. Does it cost money to sign up with HealthSherpa? No, that is totally free. It's a free platform. Again, I mentioned that if somebody doesn't qualify for a subsidy, there's an admin fee. So that's why I say it behooves you to go directly to the carrier and enroll that person if they're not going to get a subsidy, because that will get baked into their premium. So that is not a cost to you, the agent. The cost actually comes from that enrollee. See, what is the average commission without bonuses? Okay, so that's a good question, and I didn't explain it. So let's say you quote a plan for a couple, and the premium on its own is $900, but they qualified for a subsidy, and now the premium is $300. You're getting bonused on the full amount, the $900. So it would be the 5% of the full amount. That's your commission, if that makes sense. And same thing on the renewals. It will be whatever that full amount is, would be the percentage, 4% years after that. And can you sell plans without certs on the FFM? No, you cannot. You must be certified to sell these plans. And once you are certified, you can link up your .gov account with your HealthSherpa account, which I would recommend. And that's where you get all that automatic updates, all of your clients' information, any letter that the government sends them, and any adjustments or anything that should be made, their tax forms. It's all going to be loaded into, because you've linked the accounts into your HealthSherpa. So again, another way for you to help your client when they call you and say, what do I do? Especially around tax season, that's a big question, because there is a form called 1095A that they need to have if they did have a subsidized healthcare plan. So that will be in their account, and you can just pull it up and email it over to them, even though they probably have gotten it themselves. But, sometimes people lose stuff in the mail and everything. So then we have another, can I go back and add help on demand after I've completed training? I believe the answer to that is yes. You can always go back in your CMS.gov account, healthcare.gov account, and add in trainings additional. Maybe you wanted to learn about shop accounts. Those are the small healthcare plans for business owners. Unfortunately, Michigan doesn't have any carriers that cooperate with that, so we don't have any, but other states may have shop plans for small business owners who are looking to help their employees. So yes, that is a possibility. And then Tina said she had a question. Unfortunately, Tina, I am so sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to unmute everybody, and I am not a technical wizard, full disclosure. So if you could type your question in the Q&A, that will be easier for me. Let me go back and see if I have any other questions. And no, I don't, but I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see if any of you have any questions. If not, please do. You can email me, kstrauss, Kristie Strauss, at iadbrokerage.com, or Michelle Damien at iadbrokerage.com, or you can see our phone numbers here at our 800 toll-free number. I'm extension 119. Michelle is at extension 108. So please feel free to contact us and ask questions. And again, thank you for attending. As I mentioned, I'll be sending out an email thanking you and giving you some additional information. So with that being said, I don't see, oh, wait a minute. I used to be licensed in Michigan, and when I went through training, there was a flow chart that guided me through the process. Would you have that available? To be honest with you, it's not really a flow chart, but it's a pretty comprehensive type of set of instructions if you're talking about getting certified with the FFM. So if you're talking about getting relicensed in Michigan, because I'm not sure, the question could be either way, you would go to nipr.com and go ahead and add a state as a non-resident license, if that's what you're referring to. But if it's a flow chart about this particular certification, I do have something that I'll share, and it's not necessarily a flow chart. It looks like you pulled it from CMS. Gotcha. Okay. So I haven't seen it, Tina. If you want to share that with me, I mean, it's probably it's going to be the same certification process. And if that seems like something you'd want to use, boy, go ahead and use that. So all right, let's see. And I think that is it. So thank you all for joining on this Friday. We're in Michigan. It's gloomy and rainy. So that's not typically unusual for us. And I hope you have sunshine where you are today or this weekend, and enjoy your rest of your afternoon. Bye, everyone.